Hi everyone. So I'm recording this video. Most of the videos have been pre-recorded, and so this one I'm recording in the middle of the semester. We've had all this virus stuff happening. There's been a lot of changes on campus and in our class, a little bit. So I want to clarify some of the changes that are coming for the final and the rest of the modules. Okay, so obviously this would be Easter weekend whenever you'd be watching this video, but um, a lot of churches are closed, a lot of people are already home, everybody's gone, so that doesn't really change a lot of things. I still love this holiday and feel that it's very, very important, but you'll have to celebrate it in the way that you're able with all of this virus stuff. So while you're home, and since you're going to be home for the rest of the semester, I need you to know what we're doing change-wise for the final. You were supposed to go ahead and turn in your assignment from last module, and I allowed the midterm summaries to be turned in much later, but I'm not doing that with the other assignments. The other assignments you still need to turn in on time or up to a week after the deadline. If you're having trouble, contact me. Okay, just let me know. Like, hey, I need another week because I am swamped because of all the extra stuff that's online. Just let me know, and then I'll work with you. That's not a problem, okay, guys. I'm not trying to beat you over the head. I want you to be okay. I want you to succeed. Good news is I've already sent out the announcement for this, but this video is talking about it. Your final is cut in half. And by this time, you have just finished your website article assignment. So you now have done everything you'll need for the final, okay? You don't have to do 5 more resources like was originally planned. So in your midterm summaries, I gave feedback. If you did not do it now. And you can't turn it in by this time once you finally watch this video, but talk to me and we'll see what we do. But you still have to do them, and this will be for the final. The final, you have to have a title page. The title page has a running head at the top, unless you're using the 7th edition. On the title page, I want your title to be your research question. And if your research question is really long, give me a shortened little version in the header, okay? Don't put the whole question because that's too long. Put a little version in the header, a shortened amount. And then put the actual question on the title page. And then your name, and then the name of this university, okay? That's all I want on the title page. The header with the title and the page number, and your name, the question, your name, the name of the university. There is an example paper that shows the running head, and I want you to use that example paper to help you know what it looks like. There is a link in the syllabus for the Citation Guidelines LibGuide. That LibGuide has a video that shows you step by step how to set up your title page, how to set up your reference page. You do not have an abstract, okay? Do not write an abstract. You just write like you did for the midterm summaries. Do it just like it is in the example, and but you do not need to include an abstract, okay? Remember that each of your summaries, I want to have some kind of statement saying why you think that resource is useful to answer your research question. The point of this, this whole assignment, this whole class has been about you being able to find resources and understanding what resources are actually useful, and then how to use them, okay? Being able to cite them is important to know how to use them. Being able to summarize them shows that you actually know what they're talking about. So some of you had some trouble with plagiarism, and I've already told you, given that back to you, had you correct it. So be very, very careful because I'm still looking at them. You need to correct them for this final. Do not plagiarize. Put it in your own words, everything in your own words. I do not want any quotes. If you put a quote in there, take it out, okay? I want it to be in your own words, and that's it. If you put the name of the title in the summary, if it's a book title, then you need to put it in italics. If it's a journal article title or a website article title, you need to put it in quotation marks and not in italics, okay, in the summary. I've already given you the feedback for what you do for the citations and how you need to make those look, okay? If you're confused on any of it, ask me. Just send me and say, okay, you told me this on this article, I don't understand. Or you told me this in my feedback and I don't get it. And I'll try to explain it more. I have no problem doing that, okay? Just ask me. Just send me a message. It's worth your time because then I can get it back to you and get this done. So you have finished the website article. Hopefully all of you have. We'll see. And I'm going to give you feedback on that so that you'll know how to fix the citation for it. If you fix everything like I'm telling you to fix in the feedback, you should ace the final. The final is still worth a lot of points, and you now have half of what you had to do. So you got to do really, really well, okay? And then we have 2 more modules. They're not hard assignments, guys. I'm not trying to overwhelm you. The very last one is actually the easiest thing, job search, and you just have to give me certain information, and that's it. It's very, very simple, so you can do it right away. And these assignments really aren't meant to be overwhelming. Do the library post test. When that becomes available, do the library post test, okay? Also, there will be some of the videos that come later for the other modules. I pre-recorded those before all this change. So if I talk about the final in them, that is no longer accurate. I will try to put a note in the module that it is no longer accurate to remind you to watch this video because this is the accurate, updated information, okay? 5 sources, 2 of them are books, 2 of them are journal articles, so that's 4, and then you have 1 that's a website article, okay? If you're having trouble finding that website, you need to talk to me. Even if it's after the deadline, message me and say, hey, I can't find one, I don't know what to do. And I'll give you some ideas on what to look for and how to find one. And we'll go back and forth on it. If you're needing a Zoom session, we can still do Zoom, and I can still talk to you. I'm available. If you call me on the phone, I have my phone forwarded to me, so it'll get to me. And I can still talk to you and do a session with you and talk with you about stuff. I have already applied the extra credit for those who did the APA workshop, either in a Zoom session or actually came to the workshop here at campus whenever it was available that way. But there were those who asked for a Zoom session afterward, and then you got your extra credit. If you did not get your extra credit and you did a session, message me, and I will look through my paperwork to find your information and get you that, okay? I hope everybody's staying safe and that you're not totally discouraged and going crazy at home. Things will blow over and get better. Tomorrow's never been guaranteed, so we just keep going. And we do the things that we know we're supposed to do, wash hands, drink water, that kind of stuff. If you need help with anything, even if it's not this class and you're just not sure about how to do something in another class, you can always message me about that too. I'm happy to help with that. So the final is half the work that it was before, and you've already done it. You just got to put it all together, okay? So title page with the header. The header is going to be different from the title page to the rest of the paper, okay? Watch the video to see how that works. I'll even try to post the video in this module, this Easter break, spring break module, so that you can see that video. Okay, let me do that. The writing assignment, the way to write a paper and how to set it up. And just make sure it's all in Times New Roman, 12-point font, double space. You've got to do that for the whole paper, citations, summaries, everything. Okay? Do that also, Times New Roman 12-point font in the header. Double check it because it wants to revert back to Calibri. And I don't know if that's in that video. I don't know if I specified it. So I'm specifying it here in the header. You have to double check that both the title and the page number are Times New Roman 12-point font. Okay? The citations, you must do a hanging indent. And if you don't know how to do it, watch that video because it'll show you how. Again, anything you have a question about, message me. So you have 5 resources. I'm just reiterating this because I really want you guys to get it. And I don't want you to feel like you have to do too much. I don't want you to do more than what you're required. You don't need to do 10 anymore. Just do the 5 you've already done, okay? And there is a practice final that you can submit it because it's going to be submitted into Turnitin. Whenever you submit it in Canvas, Canvas is connected to Turnitin for this assignment. So if you want to make sure that you're not plagiarizing, submit it in the practice so that you can get a report back on whether or not it is considered plagiarized. Now, your citations should be all plagiarized in that sense because they're all going to be the same. You can't change a citation. Titles will come up the same. Author names will come up the same. Proper names will come up the same. I understand that. That's not a problem. Don't worry about that. I'm looking at what comes up the same that's not in those categories. Okay? If you don't post to the practice, that's fine. That's up to you. There's no grade on that. That's just for your benefit. But you will be posting in the final. The final is going to be part of Turnitin. I will not be giving a lot of feedback on the finals because I've already given the feedback up to that point. Okay? So if you're wanting more than what I tell you, you'll have to message me and ask me for it because I'm just not going to tell you a lot of the same stuff over and over. You still didn't do the citation correctly. You still didn't do enough in your summary. You guys, some of you are giving me 2 sentence summaries. That is not a summary. You need at least 4 sentences, okay? If you don't have 4, find a way to make it 4. Now, some of them I said I accepted 3 because it was a book. I knew you didn't have a lot that you could go off of from that because they're not available even now. But if you can, add another sentence to it. But especially the articles, you can interlibrary loan those, even if it's from this library. Like if you are not here, obviously you can't come to get the article. You can interlibrary loan it. You can request it so you can give me a better summary, okay? And I actually have interlibrary loaned some because I'm checking them to make sure you're not plagiarizing. And if I missed you, you got lucky because there's quite a few I caught. So be aware. But give me an actual summary, okay? 4 sentences at least. And if you include that sentence about 1 or 2 sentences about why you feel like it's a good resource to answer your research question. The whole point is not answering the research question, it's knowing how you would answer it. Some of you are ready to write some kind of paper answering your research question, and that's not what this is about. This is about you being able to find the resources to answer the question, understanding why those resources are helpful, why some of them might not be, what you need to do once you have the resource, okay? Other classes will let you write a paper on it. So if you have questions, message me. All right, I'm done talking. Best of luck, you guys. And I really sorry that you're having to go through such a rough semester with everything changing. And I hope things will go well for you. Thanks.